Hello everyone, in this tutorials we are going to learn how to read CSV file and send all the record of the CSV file to Kafka, right? So to solve in this tutorials we will learn how to read CSV file using OpenCSV package and convert all the record from the CSV into Java object list and use JsonSerializer to serialize Java object, and finally we will send all the object to Kafka, right? So these are the prerequisite we know, like Java 8, Kafka, and the IDE. Let's start writing producer application. For writing producer application, we have to create Maven project, add all dependencies, add log4j file, and then start writing producer class, right? So we know, right, in last two tutorials we have learned how to create Maven project and dependency and the log4j. So I have created already this everything's for you right here. So we can see here what I have done. I have created the Maven project and I have added the dependencies here, right? So I want to show you, we know the Kafka client, right? That we need Kafka client log4j and common lang, and here Jackson to write JsonSerializer to serialize object, and see this is the new dependency CSV. We will use OpenCSV in this tutorial to read and convert all the CSV record into the Java objects, right? And I have added here the build, right, to build Java file, and I have written here my package name and the class name, the producer class name, right? And once we have done with the POM file, just clean and run and refresh it. So it will download all required dependencies, then it will add into your projects. Once we are done with these things, right, so what we have to do is we have to start writing our producer application. So we know that for producer applications we have to set producer configurations here. So this is the first configuration, bootstrap server, key serializer. Our key will be string, that's why I'm using string serializer. And here for the value serializer, I have to use JSON serializer to serialize our Java object. Our value is not a string simple message, it is a Java object, right? We will read line by line from the CSV file, we will convert into the Java object, and then we will send all the Java object to the Kafka. So string serializer will not work for the value, so I have to write our own JSON serializer to serialize our Java object. So here I have created one class JsonSerializers, and I have written the code here for JsonSerializer. So you can use in your any project, just copy paste the same JsonSerializers and you can add into your value serializer. So this is the code for your JsonSerializers. I'm done with the JsonSerializers, right? And now because I have to read, and you can see here, let's say I have this one student .csv and I have to read this file, right? So there is the column header, right? The student ID, name, department, subject, and the marks, right? There is the five columns, and these are the rows, and I have to read this one, right? So to read these and convert into the Java object, we need Java model first, right? So we have to write the Java model here. So let's create Java model here. So I'm creating here student model, right? And in that student model, right, private student ID, and here because we are using OpenCSV, automatically it will convert into the Java object. For that I have to map each field with the Java object field. From each field of the CSV file I have to map with the Java object field. For the mapping I have here very easy, CSV bind by name, right? So it will bind, it will map the field from CSV file with Java object. Private string name, CSV bind, private string department, CSV bind, private string subject, and CSV bind private string marks, right? 1 2 3 4 5 fields, right? Let's see here. Student ID, name, department, subject, and the marks, right? So in the student models I have created and I have mapped with 5 field with the 5 field of the CSV file, right? Now create the getter and setter, right click, generate getter and setter, select all field, and now I'm done with my model, right? Student model. I'm done with the student model, right? Now I have to write a class to read the CSV file. So let's write a class like read CSV file. So I have a class read CSV and I'm going to read the file, right? So let me write here private string CSV file name, right? And private list student list, because I'll write a method here to return all the student object, right? So now our CSV constructor string CSV file name, right? I will pass this dot CSV file name is equal to CSV file name, right? I'm done with the constructor, and now I have to write a method here, list read CSV file to read CSV file, right? So right here catch block and write it here, create CSV reader CSV reader object to read CSV reader, and we have to pass here file reader pass the file, right? And then we have to tell the type of every record as well. So we have to write here dot with the type, and the type is student model, right? I have created a student model dot class, and then with ignore leading white space true dot build, right? And better write here exceptions here, exceptions file not found exception, right? And here system.out.println file is not found, right? I'm done with that. Now here we have to check why with type is giving error. CSV reader, I have imported already CSV reader here. CSV reader, a new file reader dot class, public list CSV reader, okay. Now here now we have to convert into the bean, right? So CSV bean, I have to convert all the record into the CSV into the Java bean, right? So we have CSV to bean builder, and we will pass here CSV reader object I have created, right? And now we are done with that. sorry. Now here CSV, here I have to pass, because here I'm going to convert every record into the object, right? So here with type student model dot class, and then dot with ignore leading space true, and then dot build. That's it. So it will read line by line and it will convert into the Java bean, right? And then now my CSV to bean object is ready. Now we have to parse this, right? So I have a student list, and using this CSV to bean, using parse method, parse, it will parse and it will return all the Java object into the student list, and at the end here we will return student list, right? And this list contained all the records of the CSV file. We are done with the read csv.java file, right? So we have not done something new, just I have a CSV file, one attributes here and another attribute student list, right? And here the constructor will pass the file name from the main functions, and it will store here. And finally I have written a read CSV file. In that CSV file I have created CSV reader. In the CSV reader I'm passing the file reader to read this file, and then the CSV to bean I have to create an object, right? Using CSV reader, here we have to pass the student model, that it will map each record with this model, student model dot class, and it will ignore all the leading spaces, right? And after that we will parse. When we will parse, it will return all the object list in the student list variables, and it will return, this function will return. Now read CSV file .java is ready, right? So we are ready with that. We will use into the main Java. My main producer application is here. Now we will write here. We'll complete this code now, right? So now we have to create here Kafka producer, right? Kafka producer, and we have to give here the key type. The key will be string, and the value type will be student model, and producer new Kafka producer, and pass here properties. Now we will add logger information here. Logger info, producer is created, right? I'm done with that. Now we have written, right, here CSV, read CSV, this is the object to read CSV file, right? Now pass here, where is my data, right? So my data is into the CSV here, right? You can see here the data, inside data I have a student.csv file, right? So I'm passing from here, right? Now I need a student list, right? So CSV dot here, it will return this method will return all the list of Java object, right? And it will store into the student list. Now all the Java object is here, right? Now I have to iterate one by one, and we have to send one by one all the object to the Kafka. So for iterate we will use here for loop, and the type is object, student, the variable name is student object, and student list I have to create this, right? And I have to map this object with the student model, right? So student model is student, that's the record, and student model, student, every object we will map with the student models. Now our object is ready, student model object is ready, but we cannot send directly because producer need producer record, right? So let's create producer record, producer record. The key type is string and the value type is student model, right? Record and new producer, and pass here the topic student details, right? And the key is student record dot get department and student record, right? So I have created here student record. Now producer dot send, I will send this record. Now this is end of the applications, right? Now after this loop I will close this, right? So my application is done, right? Completed, right? So what I have done that because the purpose was to write this application to read the CSV file, this is the CSV file, convert into the Java object and send to the Kafka, right? So this is the producer application. There is the dependency of this application on the JSON serializer, right? So I have written here JSON serializer, and after that I have written, because I have to read the CSV file, so I have written one class to read the CSV file, right here, to read the CSV file. And because I have to convert all the lines of CSV file into the object, so I have created one model, right? So this is the model, student model I have created, and I have used here because this is my value type. That's why you can see the Kafka producer, when I created, the key type is a string and the value type is a student model, because I have to send the object of a student model, right? That's why I pass here the value type as a student model everywhere, right? So this method will return all the object list here, right? After that we will iterate and we will convert every object as a student model here, right? And then we will create the producer record, and in the producer record we'll pass here the topic name and the key and the value. So in the key I'm passing here the department name as a key, and the value is the student record, the complete object, right? And producer dot send. After the loop I have closed the producer. That's it. Now what we have to do is, our application is ready. How to test? Start Zookeeper and the Kafka servers, create topics, run the applications. So my server is up and running. Just we have to do is, we have to create the topic, right? So already I have created topic. I have already created the topic. Now what we have to do is just run this application. That's it. Yeah, done, right? Now run the consumer here, right? To check whether the data has been sent or not. So Kafka console consumer bootstrap, and the topic name is student details. From beginning, let's add from beginning. So it will from beginning, right? So see here, right? My data, right? You can see here, right? So let's say this is the file, right? 102, 3, 4, 5, and this would be 6. Okay, Mr. Ravish. Run this application again. Student details, you can see here Mr. Ravish, right? And let's say I add some more record here. Okay, better remove and add some new record. Let's say 109. Student name is Mr. Shabir. Department is IT department, and subject is DBMS, and I have 78 marks, right? 110. Mr. Wazir, RT development, 99 marks. Right, let's say we have a two records here. Right, now let's see, run these applications. I'm done. Now you can see here, right, 9 and 10 Shabir. Right, so hope this tutorial is useful, and we learn here how to read the CSV file, convert it to the CSV file of Java object, and send this Java object to Kafka. Thank you very much. We'll see some new concept in the next video.